Hey there, welcome to day 24 playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1118 and I'm going to go ahead and jump into a 15-minute game here. So let's bring the audio back up. Alright, yeah, that was like a ear rape. It was pretty brutal. This guy's probably wondering why I'm like taking a lot of time. Alright, let's go ahead and play some developing moves here. We're up against an 1184, so it's a pretty high rating compared to what I normally play against. I mean, not, yeah, he's like almost 1200, so he's higher than, I think he's higher than anyone else that I beat, or I might have beat someone right around his rating before. Let's see, I can go here. I don't think that's good. I think I can go back and just open this file up, but it's not as good right now, I think, with the setup he's going for, which I think this is like the King's Indian. Otherwise I go here if he takes. I can take with the knight. Let's just go back and we'll just open the file. Yeah, the audio thing totally threw me off. Let me get situated here so I don't make any big mistakes. Let's develop our knight. Okay. He's pushing a lot of pawns in front of his king. Like, he has the whole four of them all pushed out. I'm not used to seeing that. If I go here, threaten this one, we'll probably just push it. There. Let's just go there just to develop anyway. Interesting. Just moves his king over right away. Well, let's force him to protect it again then, because he really doesn't want to push it, I guess, if he's going to move his king for that. So let's get the queen lined up, double attack it. Okay, so he pushes this one instead. That does give me this square with a check. If he trades it off, I do have a pawn like right up by his king, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, and then also there might be a way to double attack this pawn and try to win it. But I don't really want to double this up. I'm not sure if it's totally worth it. I could also push this pawn. If he takes, I take with check. And then I can move the knight afterwards. Probably just to there. Is there anything I should do here? Push this. If I push this, I can try to open that up. Get the knight into here. Then his queen is stuck protecting this pawn until he can develop, because I'd be threatening to take the pawn and then the rook. So yeah, I'm not sure which one I want to play. I think for now I'll do this, and if he does take back with the pawn, and then maybe I'll play f4 and castle queenside, or f4. Support the pawn, castle queenside, and then like my pawns are right up in his business. His king is like somewhat exposed because he pushed all the pawns, and we can create an attack. So let's just go for that. Maybe reroute this knight to attack these pawns. See if there's anything else. So he's threatening the pawn. If I push this, yes, this forks the queen and the bishop. So he would be able to trade the bishop off. Queen would end up here. Let's just go for that. Yeah, and then I guess it doesn't matter too much which square I go to. Maybe I'll go... No, I can't go there. I need to protect this. Make sure there's no fork. So yeah, we want to protect the fork, and then we'll just trade the bishop off. Just make sure there's nothing else that he can do. I don't think so. So yeah, let's just go here. We have kind of a crazy pawn structure going on here. I could do this. Push the doubled pawn. Try to open this up around his king. Or I can immediately castle and try to get the rooks together. I have this square also, which prevents his bishop from ever really developing. Because it's blocked in here, and if he pushes this pawn, then I guess I can't take this because it's still defended, but maybe what I'll do is go here and then push this pawn, or push this pawn first. Take. That will open up his rook, but it will block in his bishop. So it's a bit of a trade-off. And then I'm interested in this just to get the knight here more active. Okay, well let's go here first. Because I just want to lock up his undeveloped bishop. Okay, he wants a trade. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If I go for that. If I let him trade, then I get to put my pawn here. It undoubles it, and then the pawn also locks up his position. So let's not trade ourselves. Let's just let him take it. And for now, I'll look for another good move here. I might even just walk my king up because it looks like we're going to go right to an endgame. So maybe I'll centralize the king like right here, connect the rooks. I don't think I need to castle. Is there a good knight move? Here, here. Here, here. Push the pawn. Can't take this one. So I don't know if that's super great. Alright, let's just connect the rooks. Yeah, he goes for the trade. lock up his position, maybe push this pawn to connect it. He plays that right away. Now I have really good pawn structure again, I think. I mean, it's not all like together, but I do have these doubled ones. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. I'm taking up a lot of space. Now I think I should go here, open this up maybe, get a rook over here. I could also go ahead and push this and try to open up this side, or try to lock this up for the bishop. Because he's going to come to here, I think. Or he goes here, pushes this. Yeah, let's go here. Let's try that. So if I go here, I have 2 defenders, he has 2 attackers, so I should be able to just play this. If I push, takes, take, and then he has to go back. Okay, so he goes back. Now if I take, he can take back with the bishop. Then that opens him up again. So I might have to. Also, I'll need to protect this pawn. And he'll be looking like into these squares, which I want my king to have access to, so I don't really want him to get on this diagonal. I would like to prevent that if I can. Once he takes here, I take back. Or I take back with this. Let's just like connect the pawns for now. So I have more options for taking back and I'm taking up more space. I might not be able to stop him from getting this diagonal if he takes or pushes it. Okay, so he pushes it. Gets the diagonal. I need to protect this pawn. Could double up. Rook's over here. Threaten this. If he pushes it, I don't know if I have anything from that. Kind of want to push this, but maybe I'll get the king here first. And then if he tries to check or something, I'll just trade it off with the knight. But I need to protect this pawn first, so let's put this rook here. I feel like this is more flexible than locking it up on this file. And then we want to get the king here, push this pawn, get the knight in. The knight can support this pawn. And his king is pretty locked up because he can't go here. He can go here, but then he can't go through here. And this pawn's on a dark square, so it won't be threatened by his light square bishop, and no rook can get in here to threaten it because this pawn's here. And his king would have to walk behind it, which he can't do right now. So right now this pawn is pretty untouchable, I think, until the position changes a lot. Okay, I think I want to play this. Oh no, I want to get the king first. Maybe rook as well. Do I ever want to open this? Then to take. Then I can come in and threaten the bishop and the pawn. Actually, that kind of seems nice. So if I push this, I'm threatening to take. If he takes first, I take back. Then same thing, I'm also threatening the pawn. So I think I like this, actually. Or do I get the king over here first? He might want to push this pawn. Could take, takes with this. Then he's putting a little bit of pressure on my pawn and my king. But if he does push this, I do get this square. Let's just do our idea over here for now. Because this bishop doesn't have any other squares on this diagonal, so if we can... I think I'm fine with this, because if he takes, I open up this, I just fix my double pawn here. So this doesn't seem like a big concern. I guess if he pushes it, he's threatening this check. But I'll go over... Oh, no, he's not threatening that, because I still have this pawn here to take it. So I don't think I'm too worried about this. Take, take. Then I can just push this pawn again. It's no longer under threat by the bishop. So the question is, though, do I want to do this? He'd have to go back here if he wants to maintain this diagonal. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to take and open this up for the rook. That seems better. Because he can still have the diagonal just on the back square. Yeah. We could come in here. We could go back, but then I'm threatening to take this pawn. But I think that's nice. If he comes here, I can just take. If he comes here, then maybe I try to double the rooks up or something. Or I go also with this idea. Get the knight more active, push this pawn. So let's start with this though. It's a pretty forcing move. I think this is probably going to be best, yeah. Because it protects the pawn as well. If I double up, can I threaten anything? I don't know if I can. Can't get the knight to here to threaten this pawn. If he pushes this, I would happily take the knight here to threaten this pawn. Trade it off, get this pawn with check. I think for now I'll do this. If he goes here, I think I would just double. Because I want to keep a rook on this square. Okay, so let's go here. Is there any type of pin tactic here? I mean, this rook's covering it. Maybe there is, because if I go here, take... Okay, now he's supporting this with the king too, so I don't think it applies anymore. I could go here. If he takes... I was thinking if he takes, I could take here, but I can't because he'll be threatening the rook. So let's just go for this idea for now. We have our two defenders. He has two attackers. We also cut off the bishop looking at that pawn over there. I'm using up way more time than him. But he is pretty highly rated here. Okay, let's do the knight. Maybe we get the rook over here now. This is covered. We could try to push this. And we go here, here, here. Then we have two defenders. Oh, okay. Well, he already pushes that pawn. Hmm. Is there a way I can hunt that pawn? I'm not sure if there is. I can go here. He can come here. He comes in. I go check. Wait. Here. And to protect the pawn. Check. He has to go back to this square. Then I can take. Then he can take. But then I can take this one. Wait, no, because he has the king and the rook defending. So I don't think I can. So I don't think I can do that. So let's just bring the rook here. Interesting. Now he has two attackers on the knight. He's making a good use of his king here. And if I move the knight, let me see if there's any like tactics over here. Taking this. No forks here. So I think I just need to double protect the knight here. So let's just do that. I don't have too much time. I feel like the position is pretty even right now. But he might be better because his king is a little more centralized than mine. And it is putting pressure on my knight. So it's going to take someone making a mistake here. Okay, so he's covering his pawn. I wonder if I should go here now. He could play this. Then I could try to attack this pawn. Can't threaten this one. This is pretty locked up over here. Should I double up and try to attack, get this rook traded off? Okay, my time's really low. I think let's just go here first. Oh. Can't I go check first and then take this with 2? Or no? Let me see. Let's check. This is blocked, so he has to go to one of these 2 squares. Oh, the rook is pinned now. The pawn is pinned to the rook, so... Okay, I can just take this. But yeah, he did repin that over there. See if there's anything else I want to play. I think let's just... Do I take like this? No, because... Yeah, I need to take like this because it's hanging. Let's take here. We won a pawn. Maybe I can advance this one now. A lot of his king squares are cut off here. Okay. Go here. No. Let's just push this pawn. Or do I threaten this? Oh, I could double attack this one, but that's not worth it. So let's just push this. Time could be a problem here. This square is covered as well, though. We go here. This is all cut off. That looks kind of bad for him. Okay, let's just go. Let's just play something quickly. This is cut off. Let's go. Don't want to go here. I think let's go here. Go like this. He has to come down. Can trade the rooks. I don't know if I want to trade the rook though. Okay, he goes back to threatening that. I can just take this pawn, then he'll take my pawn. I have this fork. Okay, and he resigns. I was a little worried about the time there because I was getting so low, but after the fork I felt pretty good. Like, oh yeah, he messaged me. Let me type back. Yeah, he said good game. But yeah, after the fork day I felt pretty good, but I still only had 24 seconds, so I was a little worried about that. It's easy to make a blunder with such low time. Alright, let's take a look at the game review. Also, I think we just hit a new high score. Yeah, 1127. And he sent me a friend request too. I just added him. Right, we had 72.6 accuracy. He had 61.7. Our accuracy is a little lower than I thought. I thought we both played pretty well. But the game rating, mine's only 1200 and his is only 700. That seems way too low compared to how the game felt, but maybe we missed a lot of stuff. Neither of us had a blunder, but we both had several misses, so I guess that's why the accuracy is pretty low. Let's take a look through the moves. Oh, I could have gone to that square with the bishop. I was not looking at that, but also I was still like fixing that messed up audio. I think it'll play through on the video, but it was like just a constant piece moving sound, like over and over. So I'll probably like edit that and turn it down or something. But yeah, I was gonna just go here and open up the file, which is what I did, but I didn't. I was too like focused on the bad sound to even see that I could have gone here, threatened the queen. What would he have done? I guess he goes here or push the pawn. But this works. I get the open file. He immediately activated the king, which was pretty unusual. Push that pawn. I had a little bit of an advantage here. It didn't like this move. I wasn't too sure about this move, but it seemed okay. I liked that I could get all these pawns and take up a lot of space right after that trade. And then I knew that he was going to go for this, and then I'd have to trade that. bishop off. Okay, it wanted me here. I don't know what difference that makes, because either way I'm going to end up on this square after I trade it. Wait, did it want... Oh yeah, I wanted him to play something else. Instead of taking it, I want him to push this. I'm not sure why. It says to attack a pawn chain. Alright, that was a mistake. Oh, this was not a... This was an inaccuracy. I'm surprised because I thought that this would be a good move. Because it locked him up for a long part of the game. It wanted me to immediately attack this pawn. Even though I don't even have a defender here on this square. Let me see. If he takes... Then the knight comes in. Then I guess I open up this nice outpost for the knight. So I sacrifice a pawn for better activity here. Because before I could not jump to this square. That was a mistake. So it did want me to castle still at some point. But I felt like since we're about to trade the queens and go to the endgame that it was better to just get my king active. And it also wanted me to go back instead of trading the queens. Wants him to take here. I take. Then he goes back. He gets the open file either way, so I don't know what the benefit of that was. That it wanted him to take it first. But yeah, it seems like both of us played a lot of inaccuracies here. This was great. Yeah, I felt pretty good about this one. Getting the rook in here really locked his bishop down a bit, put pressure on this pawn. That was a mistake. This was pretty good. Oh, it wanted the knight here to attack this pawn. I never even looked at this square. I was thinking like here, but I can't go there because this pawn protects it. But I never realized I could actually just go right there and attack it. And he doesn't have any good way to defend that, does he? He can't do that. Yeah, so I think I would have been able to just win the pawn. He pushes this. Take. 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 And we're threatening this one. And that would threaten the rook too. So that would... I see why that works pretty well. That's a mistake. Says I'm losing a pawn this way. Wait, why can't I just take back with the knight? Because this. But then I had this. Take. Take. Oh, but then he can win that pawn. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty clever, but he did not see that. Okay, so where were we? Here. Took with the knight. That was a miss because he could have won a pawn. This was a miss because it wanted me to go back and just give this pawn up, I guess. Preferred trade in that. Yeah, now I have a nice advantage. It was even right here on this move, and then when he dropped the bishop back, he gave up his advantage. That was a miss. Dang, there's a lot of moves that we played that were misses. It says I could have punished my opponent's error by dropping back to here. Then he goes here. Then I go here. Oh, it really wanted me to come back and hunt this pawn. Yeah, I totally missed this idea, so I think quite a few moves wanted me to go hunt that pawn with the knight. Okay, so he pushed this, and then this was great. Was able to win the pawn because I checked him and then had two attackers on it. It was nice. And then here's where, yeah, my advantage is massive here. It's almost 6 points. Preferred hopping the knight in here. I guess that makes sense. It cuts off both these squares and allows the rook to come into them. And then he blundered the fork there. I guess he just figured, you're going to take my pawn, I'm going to take your pawn, and we'll even it out, but he didn't realize that the knight can just hop in and fork it. Okay, that was a good game. And we got a new high rating, 1127. So I think I'm just going to call it with the one game for today, and then hopefully we'll maybe hit 1130 tomorrow, which would be cool. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on day 25, I think.